Yeah, we got a lot to get through. But then again, we're trying to draw games for 4 people, so
Yeah, maybe you will.
maybe it'll take a while. MisterZimbu has got a 50% win rate, nice and even, joining their 3rd mystery tournament. Does not trust the mods with his flavor text.
Makes sense.
TPC is rooting for Bregermann.
Yeah, he likes the name. Is it from
No,
like a game?
He likes him because he runs Spyro like TPC does.
Oh, like
You
Frank.
like him because of the name.
Well, yeah, because it looks German.
Yeah. I like him because I like this photo of him and his dog.
Yeah, probably. We will assume that it's him and his dog.
It's a reasonable assumption. It's not just some guy and
Yes.
that guy's dog.
Some random dude that he met on the street. Can I take your picture? Yeah.
Or just scraped it off his Facebook profile or whatever. Doesn't even know him. Anyway, it's Bregermann's first time. I think I've seen them race once. Maybe we can take a look and see. Versus Hopscotch and Liquid Kids.
Well, that was all the racing you could have seen.
Yeah. I saw parts of that match at least. I didn't have my full attention on it.
Yeah, I saw it, and I remember, like, it was a double, and I remember one of the losers having a really tough time. And I hope it's not Bregermann, because otherwise MisterZimbu is gonna be a tough opponent.
Yeah. It was pretty even between the top 2 or top 3 though. I remember that.
And then MisterZimbu played I Wanna Conquer the Blow game, kind of like almost like an anti I Wanna Be the Guy, because sometimes it looked hard and then the trap made it easy. That was weird. And then MisterZimbu unfortunately lost against that one guy in SSX3, the best game ever.
That was a Marie submission.
I love the game so much. And I'm glad
I can totally see it. I can see it.
I'm glad we got GC as like a viable submission. It also works on PCSX2, but it's got like this weird issue with the fog, and also PCSX2 is like not quite as polished as Dolphin, so might as well use GC.
Yeah. In that race, that one guy won. Like it was like a racing game, right? So like I'm gonna say like he won by like a minute and a half or something, and it's like, oh, so it was close, and it's like, well, in a racing game that's a pretty big chunk. Just had a better handle on tricks and boost.
We did not see a Super Uber.
Right.
Disappointing. Because apparently you said you raced it with Jorf, and Jorf did get one.
Did he? I think he did.
I think you said that whoever also tested it got a Super Uber.
Yeah, it was Jorf. I think he did do it once. I think he definitely was way, but like very early on, he did a spin trick and filled his whole bar, and I was like, "Yep, that's what I didn't do for 20 minutes." So
yeah,
you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, the spin tricks are. I mean, it's the same in Tony Hawk. You hold X, you hold right to charge it up, and then you let go at the end of a quarter pipe to do like 728 degrees of rotation.
Yeah, but the D-pad, you're holding the stick in Tony Hawk, so it's just like, I don't know, the thing I used to go left, I hold left and I spin left, whereas here, the D-pad was like a separate thing to me, and that made it weird. Anyway, an important question from chat, what's going on with this 2v2? It's just 2 1v1 matches. The top 2 are going to be playing each other, and the bottom 2 are going to be playing each other, but they've scheduled their match for the same time, so we're going to do them both at the same time, and to make that easy for everyone, we're going to make it the same game, so we can kind of compare for fun how the people on the top are doing versus the people on the bottom, but in terms of tournament progression, it's only going to matter how each person does versus their one opponent.
And by top and bottom, we mean like physically top and bottom. It's not like the best 2 play against each other or something like that.
Yeah, just the top of the screen and the bottom of the screen. Those are going to be the 2 separate matches.
Yeah. And speaking of second match, we have TheWhitley with a big face against VitorAL with a big B.
Yeah, this is... Oh, it's a green Magic the Gathering card.
Yeah. Okay, what can it do? What can it do? I told you.
You told me. What, do you pay mana to pump it up?
Yeah, you do, exactly.
Yeah.
It's also flying, which is pretty OP, because it's hard to block.
Yeah.
Only things with web, or... I guess, I'm not sure if Waltz... I don't think Waltz can block flying by default.
No, it needs reach or flying.
Oh, I thought it was web.
Yeah, well, it's normally spiders that have it, because... I don't know, that's just the flavor.
Yeah, spiders.
But the keyword is reach. Yeah.
Okay.
I watched a talk about design for Magic the Gathering, and the developer said one of the most easily, because it has tons of mechanics and keywords and stuff, so there's lots for players to understand and have to learn. And one of the most easily understood things by players universally was the flying keyword, because it's just like, yeah, it flies, it goes over.
Yeah.
You can't get him.
Yeah.
He's too high up, right? It just makes sense.
Flying units also used to be a thing in like Warcraft 3 mods, like Winter Mall. Just like a tower defense, but you can build like a maze that the mobs have to go through, but then sometimes you get flying enemies, and you have to build like a special tower that deals more damage because they're not gonna maze through it.
Right.
Oh, and E4H said the same. In a similar sense, alright. And they have also played matches, as they should have, because this is also a losers 2 match. TheWhitley winning against Shoehorse in Where's Waldo for the Nintendo DS. Great game. Certainly a mystery. And losing against Shakazam in Bleed. It was like semi-close, I would say.
And VitorAL got to play one of Mystery Tournament 14's best and coolest, most amazing games, developed by resident community member Snowdozer, Sightline.
Oh yeah.
It's a wild game where you see a 2D map of the area you're in down below, and then instead of a 3D representation of it, it's a 1D representation of it. It's a single line. It's like you were playing Doom or something, and someone took just the very middle strip of the screen, and that was all you could see. And the walls were all marked with really bright colors, so you could tell them apart from other walls. And you have to try to move around and figure out where you are in space.
Yeah, great game.
And then Canopy, that was I remember Okami of Games blowing everyone away.
Yeah, against
Flannel
Cat. Yeah, I was trying to remember the name.
But I think these two, VitorAL and Canopy, were pretty close, if I remember right.
Yeah, they kept trading on, like, I think it was Beat World 5 or something, and then like 5-3, one was in the lead, 5-5, the other was in the lead. It was pretty close.
What is the game with 1D perspective? I'll put it into chat. It's there on the screen, I guess, but it's called Sightline.
The Sideline race was not close. I know that. It was probably the unclosest match we've seen.
Mooware's got the link. Perfect. Yes, that makes sense. Gickman's a really strong opponent. VitorAL, relatively new, I think. If we go back to the player card, I think this is their first mystery tournament.
It is.
And that's a tough game. That was put into top 8 with the expectation that, like, our top 8 players are really good. They're going to be able to get a handle on this, difficult task. And then it got given to players very early on in the tournament, so yeah. I'm not surprised to see a big disparity there.
All my top 8 resubmissions have been given really early for some reason. Pull to favorite new game of Phantom Matt.
Oh boy.
Sightline. I should check more top 8 games. Those are good.
They're usually pretty good.
Like that. Well, I can submit it now, but that triangle game. What was that, 14? The game where you shot a triangle and it became like physically collidable. You commentated on it, I remember. There was a slowdown that I forgot about.
You shoot a triangle and it becomes solid.
It's a first-person puzzle game.
First-person puzzle game.
And you try to get to the finish, and you can shoot 3 vertices.
Oh,
and then they will connect to form a triangle. And later you get bouncy triangle. That's the big upgrade.
Yeah, I casted that with some girl and maybe Roar or someone.
And then I forgot about the slowdown. But you didn't need it.
That was one. There was a level where there was something we on commentary didn't understand about the level that the players did, and we were like, I don't get why they're not just doing X. And it was like, there are lasers, they can't do X. So I can't.
Yeah, there was this one level where there was laser, like just a grid of lasers for the finish.
Yes.
And I needed boxes to block the lasers. And I didn't see how to do that. But then it turns out you can just put like a triangle on the floor to block a whole direction of lasers, and I didn't see that. And that cost me a lot of time. That's the kind of thing I remember.
Yeah, I thought this was something unique to me, but I think it's kind of human nature for all the good moments to feel kind of like transient and just kind of fade away. But those bad moments, those moments of failure, of shame, of awkward moments have a way of just sticking to your soul, and you carry them with you for the rest of your life. Is it just me? Is that everyone?
It's like that comic where the brain, like the person is trying to sleep, and then the brain says, hey, remember in high school when you asked out your crush and they said no?
Yeah.
And then the person can't sleep. It's like that.
Wide awake hours.
Remember when you played Pongo and you fell into the water on the final boss against Andy for no real reason? Man, wasn't that great.
And then Maurice got no sleep.
Yeah, I still do not get sleep.
I was playing this game against Roar where commenters went, oh, just press start to get to the map. Why they're not doing that? When start showed items, pause just froze the game. I had to check the pacement again to find that map was under pause and then start. Oh. Is it possible to race sport games? Depends on the sport. Golf turns out to be a pretty good race most of the time. There's like an interesting trade-off between, like, lowest number of strokes is not necessarily fastest, right? Because if you spend a lot of time lining up your shot, then that's slow. So you're just kind of like trying to get close enough. It's actually like really fast-paced and exciting.
But the thing is,
race
like,
golf.
Low number of strokes is also good because you waste time taking strokes. So if you always do like little shots or you hit it across the green 5 times, that's not good. So,
no, that's not good.
Like, you may kind of try to line it up and do, like, especially like the first shots are important to get them as far as possible, because you don't want to take 3 shots if you could have taken 2. Because I did not expect this game to be blind to 4 players. So we'll see.
Yeah, they've gone through all kinds of things. I don't know what this is actually, so I don't.
You don't know this? It's got good music. I can tell you that much.
I have no reason to be surprised or anything.
I think half of chat will know this game.
What other sport? A lot of sports are not good races because they boil down to a lot of waiting for a time to run out, right? There's like a period of hockey, an inning of baseball, a half of soccer or whatever, where you only have to do good enough to get enough points or whatever, and then the rest of it is waiting. And so that doesn't make a lot of sense for a race. You're going to end up with a lot of ties. Or, you know, the person who wins is the person who put the ball out of bounds less, so the clock was running more. Like, technically there would be ways to speed it up, but they wouldn't be interesting. They wouldn't be things that players want to do or that we want to ask of players.
I'm reading the case bin for this and I'm very worried. We'll get to that. You didn't test this, right?
No.
Did anyone test this?
I should hope so.
Well, I mean, we'll see. Maybe it won't be an issue for some reason, but I don't see how it will not be an issue. We'll see.
2 people marked this as fine. 1 person marked this as questionable. There was some concern with randomness.
Yes, there is a huge concern with randomness that would make me probably not accept this game with this pace spin. We'll see. I don't want to like announce anything and then maybe I'm wrong and then everyone like, oh, what was Maurice talk? That guy doesn't know what.
2 of our testers were very, very close to each other in times.
That's not going to be an issue, I think.
Wow, I can't believe I'm reading why it's random, and I'm surprised.
You're surprised this got through?
Yeah. Well, I'm at the very least surprised that someone went like, "Yeah, this is a thing. It's not a big deal," and I'm having trouble imagining how it could not be a big deal.
Oh, Andy's saying. Oh, we have a different. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So this pace spin is good. Compare the 2 pace spins, and you will immediately know why this one is good. Yeah, Andy 4H is correct. So with this pace spin, I would accept this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a testing note said that, and I just assumed, like, clearly whoever put this in the draw list read this and did this, and that's what they're looking at, but nope. Thank you, TPC. Anyway, yeah, sports games also, RNG is a big problem. If you're just hitting the ball and hoping that the computer finally stumbles and doesn't return it properly, and that's all you can really do, that's also pretty bad. We did, however, have in top 8, I think it was, we had a collection of different sports games where someone rigged up a script to sort of bounce from game to game to game to game. And the idea was by having a bunch of really short, small things, it cut down on waiting, and it increased like a skill factor too. Like, it was hard to do to get the required number of goals or whatever you needed to do.
Alright, let's check it out. This scary game where the pace spin makes or breaks the game. Maybe, possibly. It is Helltaker, a freeware game released by some dude who wants to see demons in dresses. Well, suits. I think that's actually the reason, so I'm not making this up. This guy just wanted more fan art of demon girls in 3-piece suits, so he made this game.
Got it. A noble endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a puzzle game where the objective is to go to hell and woo a harem of demon girls. Arrow keys to move, R to restart, so you're probably going to be like on a grid, maybe like pushing boxes.
We will be pushing boxes indeed.
In each stage, you have a limited number of moves, located in the bottom left of the screen. You can move blocks and skeletons by moving into them. You can dispatch skeletons by moving into them when they are already at a wall, so you gotta, like, cabidon and smash them against the wall. Greenwave got really loud all of a sudden.
Oh, that's one of the play.
Oh, you switched over, I see.
Yeah, usually I put them at 5%. Way too much for this one.
And spikes cost an additional move to walk through. At the end of each stage, you will have to talk to the girls. If you choose the wrong dialogue choice, you will die and have to redo the level. Here is a cheat sheet of the correct choices. So apparently some of our testers tested it maybe without this paste bin, and we're like, yeah, sometimes you just have to do the level again when you pick the wrong option. It's probably fine. No, it's not. But now it is with this cheat sheet. I don't know what life advice is, or what the nature of skips are, but both of them are not allowed. And then apparently there's boss fights where the game sort of changes focus.
Yeah, there's one of them at the very end. I think that's gonna be a big hold up for at least one race could be decided by the boss fight at the end.
In terms of how long this race is going to take, everyone is different. They've never played the game before, and everyone comes in with different skill sets and different skill levels, so it's almost impossible to say. But some of our testers, maybe with or without a cheat sheet, I'm not sure, were around 25 minutes. The estimate given by one of the submitters was 20 to 50 minutes. So
it's somewhere between 10 and 90 hours minutes.
Yeah. It's gonna depend on how good folks are at puzzles.
This is also available as Switch Homebrew. In case you have a hacked Switch and want to play some Helltaker on the go.
Then again, what's the goal here?
We're going to beat the game.
Okay. Beat the game says 60 minutes. Yeah, okay. The 20 minute times, those were a different goal. I'm wrong. It's going to be longer than that.
Alright, so just to remind you, we have top match and bottom match. So if TheWhitley finishes, for example, bottom left, MisterZimbu and Bregermann do not care. They are only racing against each other.
Yeah.
But VitorAL will be very sad.
Especially because for both players, this is an elimination match. Their tournament run ends here. 2 players in, 2 players out.
Yep.
Oh, this is a good prediction. Will a player pick the wrong dialogue option?
It's hard to keep track of, I guess. 4 screens.
Yeah, we'll do our best. Especially with puzzle games, because you can look at it, you can try to solve the puzzle along with the player by looking at it, so it's easy to be stuck doing that while something is happening to one of the other 3 players, but...
Music is already pretty good, but it's not the banger we experienced.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a menu, right? Like, it's supposed to be anticipating the action, so I'm not surprised it's not flooring it at 11.
Right, I'm all in this prediction.
It's a question of like how many inputs before the dialogue option pops up, right? Like, do you have to button through some text and then the choice is there?
You have to button through text.
Too fast?
There are like 3 lines of text or something. But I think there's a delay. I don't think I played this, I pressed the wrong thing on accident. Right, here we go.
Yeah.
And we go.
As RaceBot was counting down, one of the players said, "Scroll stop, LOL," and I don't know why they said that, but hopefully everything's okay. Here we go.
Alright, this is Helltaker. It's kind of a Sokoban. We can push these blocks around, we can push these zombies around and kill them. Or skeletons. But most importantly, in the bottom left of the screen, there is a move counter. If this move counter hits 0, you die. So your task is to get to the hot girl at the end of this stage before your move counter runs out. And as far as I can tell, it's always perfect. I think maybe I did one stage once with like one move left. Here we go, here's a choice. And we picked the bottom choice. Because otherwise we have to redo the level.
Getting a look at level 2. I think it's really difficult to sight read what the best thing is, but you kind of get a sense of what was good and what was bad. There's MisterZimbu clearing level 2 as Bregermann finishes 1. And in the bottom left, VitorAL finishes 2. Just as Whitley does, so very close on the bottom.
Did someone already choose the wrong choice? I didn't see.
Oh no.
The thing is, like, you know the puzzle. You can redo the same solution. But
Yeah,
in a race,
I think Bregermann.
in a race, it would still be really stupid if you had to choose. Oh, he's Cerberus. Cerberus is the best girl because there's 3 of them.
That one's done for MisterZimbu.
Ooh, the Whitley missing 1 step.
Oh, Bregermann won off. So the bottom left is the number of moves the players have. The bottom right is the stage they are on. That's going to help us all keep track of who's ahead. That's 4 clear for MisterZimbu.
Yeah, MisterZimbu's running away with all these girls.
The spikes are alternating on-off. I wonder if you're not supposed to get hit twice getting the key. Oh, you can kick the rock once and that's going to desync you from the spikes.
Yeah. So
MisterZimbu... Oh, yeah, that'll... Well...
He went back and then he kicked the right one, so he back on the wrong cycle.
Bregermann gets the key, is tearing off. Nice. Cerberus complete. Bregermann starting 4, but MisterZimbu's seen 5 for a while now. Here's the end of 4 for VitorAL. Option 1. That is correct. Option. And then there's Cerberus. TheWhitley 1 stage behind. Bregermann 1 stage behind. Zimbu kicked the rock while standing on the spikes, but that's kind of necessary. Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
5 is done. It's that classic 3 rocks in a row, you push the sides in, and then the middle one to the side thing.
You mean on MisterZimbu's screen?
It's to solve level 5.
Oh. It's also at the start of MisterZimbu's screen, but maybe it's not quite what you have to do.
Yeah. Speaking of level 5, that just got solved by VitorAL, is on 6, but 4 is finished now for the Whitley, so it's still a 1 stage lead on the bottom, and as Bregermann finishes 4, gets a bad end on 4! Come on, that's the 2nd time, Bregermann. Oh, just has no luck with the ladies.
And he forgot how to do, he kicked the rock a few times.
Out of frustration, maybe.
I'm participating in the poll, so I cannot close it.
Success there. Bregermann moves on to 5. 5 cleared very quickly by the Whitley. Joining VitorAL on 6. MisterZimbu has been on 6 for a long time. VitorAL a decent amount of time as well. interesting what Bregermann is doing. Don't think it's gonna work out.
I think he's on the wrong cycle. Oh, it would it have worked if he had kicked down?
Kicked the rock once? Yeah, I wonder.
Oh, but then it would have wasted a turn, which is the same as walking into the spikes. So I think it would have ended on the same count.
But there was maybe an earlier opportunity to kick where he could have avoided 2 spikes?
Oh, you're right. If he goes like left,
right,
up,
left, up, and then left
or
to
up
kick
first.
the rock, right?
Yeah, or up first, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, but resets. I think level 6 is pretty hard.
Yeah, Zimbu's been here a while.
You have to go like around, and then the skeletons or the blocks block you.
It's scary how many moves you have and how you know it's gonna... Oh, I don't think you're supposed to kick the rock, like the lock several times.
MisterZimbu forgot to pick up the key.
Dang. I guess he was just like holding it and it auto-fired the kicks.
Maybe he was just mashing down.
There's 3 levels with a 2 or to 4 move margin because they're there if you want to collect pieces for the special ending that we don't need.
Oh.
Oh, there's a clear. VitorAL.
Oh, he gets the
Selects
angel.
the right option.
One of these girls is an angel for some reason.
Azazel, yeah. I think that's an angel name.
Bregermann,
Bad
please!
ending, Bregermann!
Please!
It's in the paste bin.
Did he see it?
This is one of these things where, like, we need to check with the players, like, are you able to have a paste bin open while you play, to reference, right? Like, some people got one monitor, it's not very big or whatever.
Like 1024 times 768.
Yeah. And sometimes games have to run in full screen or what, you know, there's all kinds of things. So that's been a restriction I've been thinking we should add. So Zimbu's also cleared 6 after much thought.
I mean, you could open it on your phone, I guess. Most people have a phone.
Oh man, I don't want to be looking at my phone in the middle of a race. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a phone. I can't be in.
Okay, Zimbu. It was on the right cycle to avoid all the spikes, but this is not nearly enough moves, so needs a new approach.
Yeah, VitorAL ran into the same issue. Oh, here's the cool demon, I think. Because she's wearing sunglasses.
I'm looking forward to it. The Whitley is on 6. If Whitley can get this, we'll have a pretty close race on the bottom. Bregermann also on 6 now. Yeah. The flashing colorblind, like that, those are restrictions. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We just slotted in there. Sure seems like kicking the rock is better than going all the way around.
But then you block yourself.
Do you...
Like the way he wanted to go, VitorAL?
Yeah.
The rock would have blocked him. But I do think you have to push the rock. What happened?
The skeleton's in the way, right? If you kick the rock into the skeleton, he doesn't, like, die or anything, right?
No, he doesn't die. You have to go around the first time.
Yeah, I got a wild idea. You kick the skeleton away, then you go back, and you hit every single spike. Yeah, that's right. No, but you do that. You get the skeleton out of the way, then you move the rock from the right side and get the key on the right side.
Can you waste a move? Or you can kill the skeleton like this. But then that doesn't change much. They already tried this. They don't have enough moves for this.
Yeah, it's not even nearly enough. How many levels are there? Good question.
MisterZimbu solved the end before the rest, which seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Then if you're really good, you'd be able to know I need like 10 moves or whatever. And so if you can find a way to do the beginning in 22 moves, then you know you're home free. What you got to worry about though is whether you need to like incorporate the sum of the ending moves into your opening sequence, like maybe to get on the right spike cycle or something.
Okay, I like where VitorAL is being. Just ignore the skeleton. Yeah, go to the right. Oh wait, no, he's gonna block himself.
This is so many moves.
Yeah.
It's close, but it's not enough. Right, right, up, up, up. Needed like 5 more moves. Whitley and Bregermann on 6. Been here a while, just like MisterZimbu and VitorAL were.
Getting smitten by Satan? Pretty sure Satan is a character. But that doesn't work.
Yeah, apparently Lucifer shows up on stage 8.
Yeah, 8?
Yep.
I thought Lucifer was the final boss.
Final boss is Judgment.
Judgment.
Yeah, who is 9. Azazel. Bregermann is cleared 6 and has joined MisterZimbu on the very difficult level 7.
Has also picked... Wait, I think both options work. Oh no, you need to pick option 1.
Also, I was wrong. This might be about a 20-minute race. The one goal said beat stages 1 to 10, and one goal said beat the game.
It's the same.
And I was like, beat the game's gonna be much longer, but no, there's only 9 stages, I think. Oh, Zimbu gets it. I don't know what was so hard about that.
Zimbu got the awesome demon. Oh, you just go past these guys. Can't go through them.
Well, you run out of moves.
Yeah, you just go past and take your spot at the front of the line.
Funny. Option 2, option 2.
No, this was
That's
any
gonna
option.
trigger a boss fight.
This was any option.
Was that 7 or 8?
Oh, it was 8. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I see. 9 doesn't have a girl. And then boss.
Which one's your favorite girl so far?
I didn't get a very good look at any of them.
Yeah,
It was very quickly.
I know. They also don't say a lot. It's mostly about how they look.
And the text is very small with 4 screens. Cerberus, though. 3 girls.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy. Alright, let's move on. MisterZimbu's got a really good lead on Bregermann, but Bregermann did finish 6, so he's working on 7, but 7 was tough. And then very close on the bottom. Let's see, VitorAL is not set up to finish the stage from here. The rocks are just not in it. You just gotta do something to the rocks at the start to be in a good place. And then do the natural thing, and it all works out.
I think if
Bregermann.
Oh, and picks the right option. Oh, I guess any option works.
No, not for Lucifer.
Yeah, option
you got
2.
it wrong again.
And
Yeah.
option 2. Option 2.
Oh,
He doesn't have
he doesn't know. He's not looking at the pastebin.
Yeah,
he's
he's
actually trying to
reading.
figure it out himself.
But he's still doing pretty well. Like, he
yeah,
would be
he's
beating...
honestly trying to talk to girls.
Yeah, Bregermann has game.
He didn't go with "Yes, my queen." He wasn't thirsty. He played it cool.
Yeah, can't be thirsty. Alright, joins MisterZimbu on
Oh, we are
level
close.
9.
We are close on both races.
Yeah, finally! It's not a diagonal match.
I gotta wonder if VitorAL is moving to the beat of the music. You know, like you don't have to do that, but God, look at all these rocks everywhere. What a mess. It's hard to even see any way to get around, you know? Let alone one that's fast enough.
I mean, like, I could try to solve this in my head, but at some point you just kind of lose track of the state in your head.
Yeah.
This will not work for Bregermann.
What do you do about the finish? It's got to be like the one in front of the lock, up, and then the one to that one to the side or something.
But then you gotta prepare to get the key first.
Yeah, like I'm not thinking about the key. I'm just trying to think of the final few moves.
Yeah, but if you put one next to the one in front of the lock to the right, you will lock the key.
Yeah. But I think, like, the final move, I think, is pushing the block that's to the right of the key up. Can it do that? Is there space up there?
I don't think that's the final move. But also don't know if there's space there.
And how do you even approach the end? Level 7 still on the bottom for both players.
Oh, we lost TheWhitley. Damn, it's not me. Oh no, my frames. Oh, Whitley's frames. Got the end soft, but I don't think he has enough steps to make it all the way around.
Bregermann's getting the key really quickly and then is completely screwed on the ending. Like, not even close to being possible.
No, but see, if you push... If MisterZimbu pushes the one below the lock up, and then stuff to the right...
Yeah.
Yeah, like the bottom right one also has to go one to the right, then you can push the one above that down, the one to the right of that right, under the key. But that's a lot of moves.
Yeah. But like I
see now, right twice, down, right, up. And now the question is, can you push up? You can!
You can! And you have to, I think. I don't see any other way to get through there.
Dead end.
What? That's just a...
Oh, okay.
That's because you didn't get the special things, right?
Yeah, I guess it's... all good.
A lead change.
Judgment. This is the boss.
After redoing several stages from poorly talking to women, Bregermann is now on the boss, and so there's completely different gameplay now. You don't have a limited number of moves.
This is completely different now. We dodge these change, they do damage, we have 4 health, but it's like phases, and you respawn on a phase when you clear one.
Okay.
Yeah, now you have to destroy these chains by kicking them. Bam, 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 and the right one. Bam, 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 bam. That's phase 1. And now you will respawn on phase 2.
Zimbu is not in a good position right now.
It gets pretty hard, the last part. I can see some deaths.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you've only ever had to solve puzzles to get this far. We have no idea what the players are like in terms of execution in this game, so there could be a huge wall on the boss.
Right, here's the tricky part. You have to destroy these things by mashing into them, but you also still have to dodge these chains. Good job. That's phase 2.
To the third phase.
Yeah, there's at least 3. I don't know if there's maybe a 4th. I've played video games and I can tell you there's maybe 3. Seems like a good number of phases.
I'm trying to get a peek at the bottom race to see if any of the racers there have... Oh! This is going to be close. If it's not... Oh, but it's not quite enough. One move short is TheWhitley.
But maybe he realizes something he could have done better?
Yeah. Maybe there was one little thing. First of all, do you remember exactly what you did last time?
Yeah.
And then,
you gotta pay attention.
Do you find a way to improve it by one move?
Oh, Bregermann
I have seen the players, when they go for the key, they go like up right, get the key, down left, push the rock, when you should push the rock, then get the key with up, right?
Yeah, ignore the skeleton.
Was that it? Was that the one move? It wasn't. They did that last time. Okay.
And if you take a look at Bregermann's screen... Okay, he's dead, never mind. Like, the chains are gonna spawn, and you have to mash them down, right? Like, it kind of taught you in the first phase when nothing bad was happening while you tried to do that. In this one, the chains will spawn, and they will spawn in such a way that you have to dodge twice, so you have to anticipate it. You can't just react to it.
Okay.
Pretty tough. Here. There.
Oh, that is mean.
Yeah. In fact, you have to dodge 3 times to get out of that.
It's no matter which way you go, it's 3 inputs to get out of there.
So that's why you have to kind of anticipate it. Alright, 3 HP. Getting close to the chains. Oh, gets hit by this attack. The chains are gonna come and run away. Ah, runs in the wrong direction and right into the thing.
What do you think about staying in there, taking the hits, and just kicking the hell out of the chain?
I don't think so. You're gonna take 2 damage for both of them. And just making it to that part is not easy.
Maybe you play it straight, and if you get to the last chain with 4 hits, right, then you've got the open lane.
Oh yeah, sure. If you go on the last one, you've got 2 HP, mash away. But then again, like, at that point you're kind of nervous, and you become twitchy, so maybe it's hard to, like, react to the fact that, oh, I do have enough HP to mash.
Yeah, or you mash, like, too hard, and it's like you're not on a good rhythm or whatever, and it's actually not very fast. MisterZimbu has been staring down the difficult level 9. Do you think he is not seeing the move of pushing the rock up?
Oh, the one that
right?
I denied was possible.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was sure was the only... it had to be possible because nothing else was.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think it is the only solution that works. I mean, it's tricky, you know? Because it does look like that door is kind of there.
Yeah. If I had not thought about anything else about the puzzle, and you said, could you push that rock up there, I would have been like, no, definitely not. It was only in the context of I don't see any other way.
Smart.
That I would even think to consider it, really. So we'll see how long it takes MisterZimbu to consider it. Down on the bottom, level 7. This is still exciting in its own way on the bottom race.
Got hit by that.
Oh,
by the way.
1 chain down. You know the pattern, too. You know when to go.
And the middle is safe, like you can watch this forever.
Yeah. Oh!
He walked in the spikes!
Of all the ways,
oh, no.
After all that, planning it out, this is exactly what I need to do. Here I go.
Zimbu feels like he's close. I thought he picked up the key, but he didn't. I thought he had it.
Player is limited on how fast the inputs are consumed. Okay, so it's not like as fast as you can do the button. That that makes sense.
You can move pretty fast.
But there is a little bit of animation associated with everything.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like 1 HP would be enough to damage race it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right.
Alright, 4 HP on the chains. Here we go. Oh, gets hit by that one, but that one's gonna just mash it.
Oh. Go, 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 go!
He didn't get hit at all.
Didn't even get hit.
He's all these girls. Modios is also good.
Any options? Any options are okay. You don't have to think about it.
He doesn't know that.
Could you imagine if he was agonizing over the last choice while his opponent was just hitting the button and, like, won the race?
Alright.
More phases.
I think this one tracks you, or maybe I'm just being paranoid when I played this.
I would be certain I picked the wrong choice, and that's why the game is not over.
I mean, at least there's like nothing else you can do. What are you gonna do? Restart the thing? Oh, there's 4 chains. Maybe it's time to learn the pattern.
And there's no safe spots either. Or maybe there is, but it's not clear.
Vertical, and now 2 of those O's. So it's horizontal, vertical, and then 2 O's.
Yeah, it's true. I would have actually been certain that I had made progress once I realized the patterns were different.
Also, the thing at the bottom changes. Now says Omega, which is the end.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So that's like general knowledge that can help you.
Alpha to Omega, that's what they say.
Yeah.
All the ones in between, don't ask me. I don't know, there's an eta, there's a pi, there's a rho. Don't know the order.
Oh, here come the two O's.
Oh.
Ah! Bit too aggressive, maybe.
Whitley tried a different approach, had him approaching the exit from the left side, which is what we saw Bregermann and MisterZimbu do to win. So maybe it's closer to a solution, even though that wasn't actually the solution.
I do like this. Pushing the right one up, maybe. And maybe now go? Oh, but no, you're gonna block yourself when pushing the block to get away from the key.
VitorAL finds the solution that the Whitley had of, well, I say solution, the one away from the solution, non-solution.
Well,
They had one where they were 2 away, but this time I think they were 1 away. Or was I wrong?
I don't know. I honestly don't even see the solution. I don't want to think about it.
I haven't really thought about exactly what to do in that level.
MisterZimbu just... Could this work if he goes left twice now and then up? I don't think he has enough moves. Because pushing the rocks
1, 2,
also...
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 moves he needs. If not 9.
Oh no, my frames. But yeah, Bregermann is really close.
And any moment now. This is a cool game though. Like overall, as a bit of puzzle, a bit of whatever this is.
Bit of hot girls.
Yeah.
Literally.
Music
And health.
presentation. It's cool.
Oh, look out, the second O hits you when you go for the bottom one. Oh, I think he pressed
into
up.
it. Yeah, I think so.
So the first O doesn't hit you on any of the chains. The second O hits you on the bottom ones. Oh yeah, it's free. I want to say the developer of this game is making a visual novel with these characters. So you can wishlist that or something. What is Bregermann doing? Oh, he did nothing, but now he's doing things. So.
MisterZimbu pushed that rock up, the one next to the lock. So that's not the missing piece anymore.
Oh no, what's Bregermann doing? You're going for this secret ending where you just die. Well, did they all stop moving?
Are they thinking?
I'm so confused. It's like I lost internet connection, but obviously that
No.
can't be true because
They're
these
still
are
animating
streams.
to the beat of the music too.
Like if this was like Counter-Strike or something. Oh, TheWhitley has it.
There it is. You're right. It's not an odd thing for a player to just stop and think about a puzzle in a puzzle game. It was odd that at that same moment, 3 out of 4 players all decided to do it.
I was like, what is... Like, did I lose connection to the server? Like a Counter-Strike when everyone stops moving.
MisterZimbu has got so many of the pieces of this final level.
Bregermann doing pretty well. 3 health, 2 health, 1 health. No longer doing well.
It can all turn on a dime. Special ending is a secret input in epilogue. Huh. Okay, level 9 for Whitley. VitorAL, you don't want that. When you kick that rock over, you need it to. Yeah, he's got the rock that is 2. It starts 2 down from the lock. That one's gonna move.
Hold on, Bregermann. Ah!
Oh!
A bit too aggressive. But I think he's seeing the pattern. Vertical, horizontal, and then 2 O's. The first O blocks top, the second O blocks bottom. I think Bregermann is gonna take this.
Yeah, I mean, this boss fight is not easy and has done a huge portion of it already, and MisterZimbu still has not quite figured out how to solve 9.
2 health. Big. Oh no, oof. Oh no, get back on your cycle. Alright, one cycled that chain.
When he went down instead of left, he's scaring me with some of these moves.
Oh, that was good!
Yes.
That was good! Knowing exactly which way to dodge.
Any options will do.
MisterZimbu saying this would be a lot easier if there weren't a move limit or blocks. It's true. I mean, can't deny that.
Glorious success! We should be seeing a dot done.
Well, there's like an epilogue that you can play through if you want. You can talk to the girls and...
Done on glorious success versus judgment.
Well, he wants to cook some pancakes. Or
that's respectable.
Burritos, apparently. He's just giving burritos to everyone.
What are those? Are those like crepes? Pancakes. He says pancakes, but they're all rolled up.
But the police is outside the house and they're asking what's going on in there. It's a party. Demon party.
There's the official GG. 32:31 is the time from Bregermann.
Yeah, pretty cool. One guy made pretty much all of it. Because he wants to see more demon girls in 3-piece suit.
It would explain why Bregermann was not getting the girl questions right if they had the old basement open the whole time.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much confirmed. Because they were also reading like the answers to figure out which one is probably correct.
Right. Which is a stupid idea I've had for a race that's dumb for a long time, of like racing through a visual novel but trying to read as much of it as you can so that you answer the questions correctly.
Like which...
And also like testing your ability to like figure out how people are going to react to what you say. It's not a good idea. No one do it, but
it's like the start of a good idea.
Yeah,
but then it falls flat.
No, because you can turbo through the text way faster than you could ever hope to save time making good decisions. So like you would never actually think about anything. You would just mash, and then if it didn't work out, you would reset and then mash the other way. Race a visual novel, but you have to take a test afterwards. Yeah. That's an interesting question. I think it should just be like success and failure, success rate. How many times did you say the right thing? How many times did you say the wrong thing? That's what should... No race at all.
Is it that black and white in novels?
Depends.
Isn't it like, oh, you get this boyfriend if you say this thing, and this boyfriend if you say the other thing?
That's how you get on a specific route. Once you're on that route, there might be bad endings that you need to avoid.
Oh.
Or maybe if you make the wrong thing, you got to do something else to repair the relationship and get back on the good ending.
Oh, it sounds exciting.
I've played one visual novel, so all my entire experience with the genre is based on that.
Played none except if like 999 or Phoenix
Oh
Wright
yeah,
counts.
those are 999 is quite visual novel.
Oh, what about Phoenix Wright then? That's a visual novel. You can make decisions. Some of them are very wrong.
You can present your attorney's badge so many times.
Sometimes it's correct, like at the end of a case, for example.
Once it's correct.
I think like at the end of a case.
Spoilers. or time with penalties for answering wrong. Interesting. These are good ideas. The race is at a standstill. Still. Zimbu.
Still?
Think about what Zimbu's got to be feeling right now. It's been 14 minutes out of the 35 minutes or something has been this one stage, this one screen.
Yeah. And it's like it's a screen that is filled with things, but it's also not like super complicated. Like there's enemies moving around or something.
It's just blocks. You move into them, the block moves. It's Sokoban.
You look like Elvis Presley.
That's also true.
I don't think this guy has a name. He's just the Helltaker.
I can't. So I'm really zoomed out, so I can't see him very well. But with a white suit and a penchant for violence, I can only see Kazuma Kiryu from the Yakuza series.
I know which guy you're talking about, but I have never played anything like that. Any game.
Those also have like side missions where you need to say the right thing to get good rewards and stuff.
Oh, it's also
now that I think about it. Yeah.
Alright, so VitorAL is still trying to go the wrong way, I think.
Yeah, I keep seeing them going towards the exit on the right side, which I don't think is correct.
Yeah, it's like one step away, but as EPC always says, if you're very close to the finish, or maybe Alpha 5 says that, if you're very close to the solution, you're either very close or very far away. But this music is still banging.
Yeah.
This music never stops.
We haven't seen many moves on the board from Zimbu or TheWhitley, but we're seeing something from Whitley. Realizes things are going to be bad if he kicks that rock that's in line with the key to the right. So I was trying to go from below.
Man, Andy has like a complete collection of everything Helltaker.
Supplementary comics. Bregermann's in chat. We'll ask Bregermann if he wants to come in and interview in a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it feels weird to interview while the other match is still going, because then you forget about it. VitorAL is thinking. He's like... So at this point in a puzzle game, you want the puzzle to be in a new state, but maybe on this one it's not even that easy, because you always have the move counter which like forbids certain states, and you can't be sure if whatever you are on is solvable. I don't like this.
This is not gonna work.
Yeah, this is.
You can do a lot. You can get close, right? But you have to either go in from the right like that, or you fill it up with rocks.
I mean, if you go from the left, then you have to push this block up at the start, right?
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Like either.
So like you open with up, and then like down, left, like you hit the skeleton, and then move that down block to the right, maybe.
Maybe you move the block to the right of the skeleton one right to make room for the block you will eventually push over.
That definitely needs to happen at some point. I don't know when it does, but like this, see, without moving the one that you said first, up.
Yeah, it's the Zelda puzzle. You have to move both of those blocks anyway.
Yeah, but is it enough moves to just do that? This is how I want to see this tried. Upright. Oh, that.
Yeah,
okay,
he forgot to push the other block.
Yeah.
So how many moves would that have cost him? 3. Okay, he moved so fast there was no way for me to check if that would have worked.
I think it's up, down, left, up to break the skeleton,
and then
right. Yeah.
So now
this has done the right move, but not the up move.
Yeah.
Has done the up move without the right move, and now has done the right move without the up move.
It was not the right thing to do.
But if you do both, do you run out of moves?
It does seem like
I don't know yet.
It does seem like it costs a lot of them.
Yeah. So, like, maybe they've already tried that, and you do run out of moves, and that's why they're not doing it, right?
But I mean, if we have to come from the left, then that's pretty much forced. Unless you go back through the...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Maybe that's it. I did just definitely could have gone wrong. But that might be it. I did end up with exactly 29 at the end.
Well, you need to end up with 33.
Well,
32.
I was starting from a point where VitorAL had 29.
Oh. Wait, I liked where he was, kind of. I no longer like where he is. Like, at this point you're screwed, because pushing this block to the right just blocks everything.
Yep. Unless you go right, and we've already seen that not work.
Yes.
Zimbu and TheWhitley, again.
Hold on, like I said, I do have this on my Switch. Let me see.
You're just gonna race through all of the levels?
There's a level select.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can skip, right.
Yeah. What was it?
I get excited when I see someone not move for a long time, and then they start moving really quickly. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
what have they seen, right? Show me. And then, like, 5 moves in, they just stop, and I'm like, oh. Zimbu! Oh, 1, 2. Needed 2 more moves. Bregermann's doing something, by the way, on their stream, if you want to click in the stream again.
Oh. Wanna not distract from the actual Louis.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree.
Alright, chapter 7. Up, up, left, kill the skeleton, this thing to the right, go over to the key. To the right. This and this and this and that, and yeah, that works.
Okay.
We have the solution. You start by pushing like this above you start up. Then kill the skeleton, push the block to the right, go around, take the key, and then just, like, the rest is pretty obvious because, like, kind of forced.
Yeah. I don't know how easy that was for anyone at home to follow, but VitorAL is so close. There's like 2 keys, basically. I mean, there's a literal key on the level, but there's 2 key moves. There's like a key concept, which is that the rock that is furthest most to the right at the start needs to go up, and then the rock that is lowest down needs to go right.
Yes.
And those 2 moves set you up for success. And VitorAL has done both of them individually, but not both together.
Yeah. And like the rest of the puzzle is pretty forced. Because you have to kill the skeleton, you have to kill shove the left skeleton, you have to push that block to the right next to the key.
Yeah, so this is a totally wrong... Well, it's a totally different solution anyway, if it works, but it was just a totally different world. Okay, up, and then this one right. These are the 2 moves.
Oh!
Oh!
No, this won't work because you wasted moves going up.
Yes, and I think they realized that.
But did they? Yeah, this will not work. They have wasted moves going up and down. So he's gonna miss like 2 moves. Also, he killed that skeleton.
You just...
Get out of here!
Oh man, please tell me they are going to see that they don't need to do some of those moves.
Oh, they're 1 move away.
They they did one thing they didn't have to do. See it, down.
Yeah.
You don't got to do anything else, just down. That's all left for later.
Oh, if you push the block first, which you could do, you're suddenly out of sync, and then killing the skeleton takes away the move that you need. Like, the problem is that they're being put out of sync. TheWhitley just got done with 9, I think.
9
On the boss.
has passed Zimbu, who has been on this one level for no joke like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Longer than the rest of the game combined. Just a complete hard stop. And boy, I've been there. I've tested plenty of puzzle games for Mystery Tournament. This is what keeps me from entering the tournament in a lot of ways. Like this exact thing that MisterZimbu is in right now. It's terrible.
TheWhitley caught every chain. All of them. I mean, some people are into that.
Yeah, one of these girls probably. There's so many, right? Broad spectrum.
Yeah. I mean, they're all.
We'll find out in the visual novel, I guess.
Yeah. We're gonna race that in MT17.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay, VitorAL has done the wrong thing. Scooched around the rock, needs to move the rock.
Up, right, and down is the solution. Not up, because now you're desynced.
Yep.
This is an unsolvable state. Well, probably. Like, maybe there's some wacky other solution that we don't see, but like the solution that we see does not allow you to push the block up before you get the key.
So even after this puzzle for VitorAL, there is that nasty level 9 that has stuck so many players. And then the boss. So this is a pretty sizable lead for Whitley. So I think probably MisterZimbu is in... Oh man, this is some pretty good chain kicking going on from TheWhitley. Nice dodges. Really, really nice reaction times to this stuff. Next phase already. MisterZimbu, I suspect, has done my special move of... Oh, this is it. This is it. Nice. Of beating the puzzle. Yeah, that's it. No. Of going through the options and ruling them out and coming to the conclusion that the puzzle is impossible. You're like, yep, no, I've looked at everything, and based off of my logic, there's no solution. So everything is hopeless. But of course there is a solution, and Zimbu found it, so is on the boss. Again, has already lost to Bregermann, but you just want to get it done, you know?
It's wrong. No, why would you kill the skeleton? You were on the right cycle. But I mean, okay, calm down. Okay. No, just do what comes next.
This is all good.
No.
Why?
What?
Why must that skeleton die?
Why do you have so much bloodlust? Maybe he can't even think you have to kill all of them. I'm pretty sure we've left some of them alive before.
It's Friday night. It is Friday night.
Can we hear the boss
music? He keeps killing the skeleton. You might be right. Maybe that is something VitorAL thinks.
I mean, you gotta eliminate the competition, you know? That's like rule number 1 in the dating game.
Yeah, it's only one move, right?
Let me check audio.
Whitley on phase 2. No.
4.
That's your health at the bottom.
Yeah, this is Omega.
Yeah.
The end. Omega. Oh, the Omega. Oh, VitorAL has it. And picked the right option.
Was sniffing around the solution for so long. See, Haunted Dolls is with me. Is this main character Kiryu? That's what I saw. And VitorAL smashing up all the skeletons. We know how much VitorAL likes to kill the skeletons.
Okay.
Oh, the question is Omega hard enough that the Whitley will stay here for long enough that VitorAL can pull off some clutch boss comeback?
I don't see it. He beat the third one, which was already pretty hard. I mean, that's a lot for VitorAL to catch up on. The pretty hard level that MisterZimbu was stuck on for like 20 minutes. Right. Plus all the other phases that the Whitley is basically through already.
Anyone who wants to see an exciting finish must live with that hope in their heart.
Wrong direction.
Lost focus and just, went completely the wrong way.
1 health. But so Bregermann do a good job with 1 health here.
I like the 2-kick strat. Oh.
I don't like the walk into a chain strat.
No. Well, just got into that rhythm of like 2 kicks and dodge, but they didn't need to dodge, right?
Yeah, the O is different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they were at the top of the room instead of the bottom of the room.
Yeah. But for the first O, you can be at the bottom and the second at the top, or the other way around. Oh, MisterZimbu is done? No, it's stage 4. Also on Omega now.
Also, like the first 3 are Roman numerals. Like it's
yeah,
it's different.
It's 1, 2, 3 Omega.
It didn't go alpha, beta, gamma. Not that even that would make sense. That's like going A, B, C, Z.
Oh no! Walks into the spikes! And gets hit by the chain right before that, so it was like a double kill.
These chains are pretty busted up. For MisterZimbu. One left.
Also 1 health, but possible. Oh, especially the second O. Oh no, he like
didn't
paused.
have to dodge.
Ooh. Do you think it would have killed him? I don't think it would have killed him.
I'm not sure. 52 minutes and 43 seconds. MisterZimbu finishes, but again, it is the 2 racers at the bottom who are racing each other, so this match down at the bottom is still alive. In case anyone's thinking of going anywhere, we will talk to the players, and then I think there is still another match scheduled.
Don't think there is.
Oh, sadly. No, I'm lying. Yeah, you're right. This is our last one.
But you have to stay anyway. We'll talk to them. We're gonna ask them who their favorite demon is.
Oh, the chains. That was a left dodge instead of a down dodge, and that's all it takes.
I think if VitorAL solves this puzzle now and then does all the phases first try, there's a good chance he wins.
Yeah, that's a tall order.
Yeah, but it's possible. Or is it? Because Whitley, getting hit twice, 3 times, falling apart. You might say that hits on him are getting chained.
You could say that. So we identified like what the ending move is on puzzle 9, but I didn't really look at what needs to happen on the right side in order to facilitate it, you know?
Yeah. Okay, let me power up my switch again.
It looks like it's really like it's kind of natural to move the rock on the bottom to the right, but I think if you do that, it goes bad.
No. Any of them called Malina? Oh, the fourth one.
Malina is the 4th one.
What's she like?
I don't remember.
I know one of them is like an angry gamer.
I'm into the angry gamer type. The gamer demon, yeah. Okay. I haven't played Persona 5 yet, but you know I'm going to be talking to Futaba. Oh, the wrong dodges from Whitley.
Okay, I've solved level 9. Yeah, this is good. VitorAL has to push the bottom one to the right. He missed doing that, so he's gonna fail
too
it.
late.
Yeah.
The middle one needed to go up, and then you go down, right? And get the key. I mean, it's you'd have to rewind everything.
I don't know.
Right.
So you go right and up. Yeah?
Yeah. Then right.
Right. So you're like standing next to a row of 3 blocks. Then you go down and push it to the right. You go up. So you push the block underneath the lock. And then you push it right, down, right up. Then you add the key. And you go to the fin.
Is that it? The Whitley.
That is it.
Dialogue options.
That is it. I think any of them work, right?
Yes, 5650 is the time.
Oh, the timer continued.
Man, I don't think I've ever had such bad race jitters, is the first thing Whitley said after finishing. Understandable. You've seen players finish as early as 32 minutes, and you're on minute 57. You gotta be thinking like for the past 20 minutes, you've been thinking your opponent's gonna finish any moment now. Yeah, so we'll pull in some of our players and start talking. Hello.
Oh my goodness. I'm shook.
Yeah, this is I mean, you know, we saw the first finish was Bregermann over 20 minutes ago or something, right? So probably in your head you were thinking any moment now it's all over.
Yeah, pretty much. I got super walled on a couple of the puzzles, and it's just like that's it. I can't like my brain was just not having it today.
It's always scary when a puzzle game has like 10 levels.
Yeah. I was like, this is a very short puzzle game. I'm like, it's gonna get like, you can tell it's gonna ramp up, but you don't know to what extent. And then I got to the boss, and I was just like, I'm just shaking, like I'm making bad moves. Like it's not like I don't know what to do. I'm just like, I'm so like nervous at this point for some reason. I've never had such bad race jitters. I'm like, it's weird.
So it was like your brain was saying do this, and your hands did something else, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, double tapping on like arrows to move, and I would just jump right back, and I'm like, that's not what I told myself to do, but that's what I just did.
We're joined by Bregermann now as well. Hello.
Hello, howdy. Wow, that was a great game. The final boss was insane. It was such a far cry from the rest of the game. The first bit of the game, you can take your time, you can sort of think about it, but the final boss, you gotta like move. But then like there was definitely patterns that I was like, okay. And I taught myself the patterns. But yeah, no, the puzzles are great, the music is great. This is a great choice. Wow, my first win on one of these. Feels good.
Dude, congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are talking to 2 winners here. It's rare that we pull in players after their match, and you both won.
Holy!
Congratulations.
So, the most important question, which one is your favorite demon girl?
Ooh.
And
I did not pay that much attention.
don't let the fact that Sabros is 3 girls for the price of 1 influence your decision.
Well, like, I mean, that was definitely good. You know, it's always good that 3 is definitely better than 1.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like they weren't really into me. Like I failed most of the dialogue options, so like
Yeah.
I feel like I wasn't quite as smooth as they were looking for.
So
But
there's
but like
did you catch the message about the updated pace spin before the race?
oh no, but that's
Yeah.
fine. That's blind. I don't need no assistance.
I'm just thinking he did it twice because he's like, oh, I need some more time with each of these girls.
Yeah. But I mean, probably the last one because she's like the boss, and like there's nothing better than a dominant alpha woman that like runs an entire operation.
Got it.
He's looking for a sugar mama.
Yeah, I mean that's great because then that's perfect for us, right? Because then we could just hang out and play video games all day, and then like
Races.
yeah, like while they like bring home all the bacon, I'm totally into that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I really wanted to know, I guess. Now that you
I
said it.
enjoyed it.
But yeah, like I didn't catch any of their names. I was like mashing through way too quick. I'm sure they were all clever and well written. Oh, let's
That's funny.
go.
I like the names. Good. You got Zadrada, Azrael, Azazel. Ooh. There you go. And then Melina or Melina. I don't know. Melina. They're all fantastic. That being said, I'm pretty sure what was it? I said just before the race in the chat, I was like, yeah, my friend, like way long ago, when I think it was just a phone game or something at the time, was bugging me to play this. I was like, you know what? You keep asking me to play it, I'm never gonna play it. And then sure enough, we draw it in this race.
So why didn't you want to play it, and was your impression like different from what it ended up being?
I had no clue what kind of game it was, but it's a friend that I often help through their games, and I just had helped her beat, I think, like all of Catherine or something. And I was just like, no, you're asking me to play another game for you is what you're doing. So I'm like, I'm not going to play that. I'm never going to touch this game. So you can't just ask me like out of the blue every day. You're like, well, yeah, but you know the solution. So what's this one? And so I was just being stubborn. I was like, no, I wanted her to finish a game. And it just happened to be this game. And I should have known that it was going to be Enemy Waifus in Hell, the game. Because that is very much a her motif. That it's hilarious.
Did she finish it, or are you now on the hook to help her finish it?
It's been a while, so I don't know, but I would assume that if she didn't beat it herself, she probably cheated and looked up the solution just so she can hang out and have more time with the waifus.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. Absolutely. Apparently there's a visual novel of this game.
Oh, that checks
That
out.
works. Yeah. You can let her know, I guess.
The music is fantastic. Like, that alone was actually absolutely worth it. I was like, it's kind of got like that movement and music that would remind you of Crypt of the Necrodancer or like the Cadence games, I guess.
We saw VitorAL. I caught him doing puzzle solutions to the beat of the music at one point, and it was like, you don't have to do that. Like, you
So
could go
ingrained.
faster.
Like, if you've played any of those games, it gets stuck in your head where you're like, I gotta tap to the beat. I'm big into rhythm games, so I could see that absolutely happening. Mid-seas or something. Thanks, Andy.
Oh, man, VitorAL got the last hit on the chain, but it was like a double KO, so it still has to do the phase.
That is brutal. I never considered even trying that. I was just like, should I just like mash it out and hope to beat the cycle? And that's actually probably not a bad tactic.
So talk to me about movement. Like, did you feel like there were things you wanted to do, but you couldn't? Like, you couldn't do it fast enough? The animations were taking too long? Or were you always able to kind of do what you wanted to do?
I think during the boss fight, I was pretty responsive. I'm not sure about you, Bregermann. But
I mean, the boss fight I think probably took me the longest out of all the levels, just because, yeah, like some of those cycles were just super brutal. Like you were just like trapped in like you needed like an extra move to get out before like it got you. So I was like, a few times with that. But I mean, once you learn the pattern, it's really not bad at all.
How did you handle scrolling?
Oh,
Like,
as far as like the thing scrolling, like I mostly just tried to stay towards the bottom. Like on that last phase, for example, like the bottom right corner was pretty safe place to start.
okay.
And then you know like right now like on the stream like it's going like you know like out and then in and then out and then in. You know, it's got like there's just the verticals and then it's got like the square thing. Um, so like yeah, like it was mostly just like having to like learn the patterns and like also just learning to be patient, right? It's like there's like the inclinations you want to like just mash the chains real fast, but then like you do that, you run the risk of getting hit if you're like too aggressive with it. And I think that got me a couple times. Um, so yeah, like just like learning patience and then like also sort of memorizing the pattern. Um, and then I mostly try to stay towards the bottom as much as possible. Is if you're up at the top, right, then you can put yourself in a situation where you're forced to have to move down. But like if like you know there's like a chain that's about to hit you from the down, then you're screwed. I felt like being like towards the bottom gave me more options. Um,
And we can see it actually hurting VitorAL in exactly that way a couple of times right now.
yeah,
Yeah. Like I found I had a habit of I would just add a down tap in as I'm moving around and try to stay near the center of the screen because like there's a lot of the boxes, right? Like if you're looking at the patterns, there's a lot of times there's an open box in the center somewhere, and
yeah,
then it flips back and forth. And I had a habit of I just add a down tap in there, so I'd be moving down with the screen. But I think like the scrolling was like just doing a number on my brain.
oh yeah, like it definitely it like ups the sense of urgency. Like you have to go fast. You have to really like there's really no time to think.
Yeah, you got this sense of urgency, even when there's not necessarily a need for it. I feel like
Yeah.
you just because of the movement makes you feel like it makes it feel like it's really urgent.
Yeah,
And
like everything's happening really fast. Like I'm pretty sure that like the chains blink like at least a couple times a second.
yeah,
So like
the number of times I saw the blink and then I moved into it instead of waiting for the second, the hit.
yeah.
I was like, oh man, that it's like heartbreaking when it happens too, because you're like, I know I wasn't supposed to do that, and I just went right in.
Oh,
Oh,
halfway
he's
there?
getting close.
Yeah, he's got his
That he got 3 puzzle games.
Oh,
Nice.
or one more?
So, did any I should ask the testers if who got to test the one game I submitted. Like I saw you guys to do like a reject race of the other one I submitted actually like the other week I think. The gun battery game or whatever it was. His very Gunvolten name.
Oh, I
It's
see.
like, but the one I submitted was Ultra Hat Dimension, and it was like a Sokoban like block pusher game. But like the cutest thing because it was like very hand drawn looking, and then all the sound effects were made by like the girl that programmed it, I guess.
Move, please.
Yeah,
Diggity-dum.
it's addicting that game. Like it's sit down, play straight through, super fun game.
Adorable game. We got a chance to see it in a reject race just yesterday, I think it
Oh,
was.
I got a VOD to go look up.
Yeah. And both games, unfortunately, only are guilty of committing the sin of too short.
Short, yeah. It's like
Otherwise, they were great.
I really wanted to submit them, but I was like, they're just so short. I'm like, I don't know if this will count, and I hate playing those short games that you feel like you got robbed because it was so short. I'm like, I feel guilty submitting them, but they're just so good.
Yeah, they were really good. So we'll see if VitorAL wants to come talk about the game. They've already done a comment that they do not agree with those chain hitboxes. It's all tile-based. I don't know. If you're on the tile, you get hit. I'm not sure. Maybe it's something to do with the animation, like in and out of the tile. And if not, then we are basically all done for today. There's no more scheduled matches.